Cool. So how's everyone doing?
Pretty
Good.
decent.
Did you guys enjoy your Easter long weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
Cool.
all very awake looking.
So let's just do a quick intro and maybe everyone can say who they are and what they do in the band.
Sure. My name is Kaylar. I'm the saxophonist of the band. I do also vocals and the graphic design for the band.
I'm Ryley. I play guitar and do most of the recording kind of background stuff, like engineering and whatnot.
Cool. Hi, I'm Sheldon. I play drums and do like video editing and filming and stuff like that.
Awesome. It's cool that you guys aren't just musicians, you do extra stuff on the side. So I want to start from the very beginning and ask like how this band sort of started.
Well, we started originally as a jazz trio. I mean, Ryley and I have been playing together for 11,
Like
12
34,000
years.
yeah.
34,000 years. Yeah, like 12 years at this point. And we were playing as an instrumental duo when we met Claire, our singer, who unfortunately couldn't be here for the interview today. Some last minute important band business she had to take care of. But we met serendipitously at an event because she was playing at the Railway with another person on the bill, but that person fell through and wasn't able to keep the gig due to family matters. So she reached out into the Nimbus network looking for another group that could take the slot on such short notice. And we were like, oh, well, we could probably do it. We do, jazz and nice instrumental jazz saxophone and guitar kind of vibes. And we had never met Claire before, and we decided over Messenger that we'd try a couple songs together after one of our sets. I don't remember whose, but just on stage for the first time, never rehearse, and try it out. And it went so well that we haven't stopped playing together since. Eventually we added members and became more of like a 5-piece funk band, cover band sort of situation. And it grew to the point where we were really itching to write our own music and discovering what it was that we wanted to write together and how our influences came together and what we wanted to be about. And look where we are now.
Yeah. Speaking of now, I know you guys are coming out with, or just came out, sorry, with your new album, A Proper Latte. So I want to ask a little bit about that. Like, what would you say the album is about?
I think it's just been we tried writing a bunch of music up until this point. We released an album quite a while ago, in a much older kind of configuration of the band, that when we were kind of first developing our writing style. And I think this album has kind of come to a point where we've really been able to try stuff out, and we kind of have built up a bunch of songs, and the band's kind of changed sounds a lot since that point. That album was a lot more acoustic and folky and jazz influenced, and this one definitely has gotten more experimental and heavier, and I think more articulate in a lot of ways. And I think this album really was about us kind of, I think, putting the sound that we've built over the last like 3 or 4 years finally together, and to finally having it in a place that is all together and cohesive, as well as like giving us a platform to, I think, experiment with a lot of things and kind of put forth like our message lyrically and stuff like that towards some of the ideas about the album. Like the Proper Latte whole thing, I think, is a lot about just casting off a lot of the things that people want you to do or think you need to do, or as a band, like what genres you have to fit in. You need to do this radio song. There's just a lot of things that everyone's telling you need to do, and we were kind of just over it and ready to just do what we want to do, kind of no holds barred. And I think that's like a lot of what this album is about, at least for me.
Yeah, definitely. I think that pretty much sums it up. There's a lot of don't tell me what to do, and feminist kind of messaging also happening, and just avoiding being pigeonholed as a person in general, and what that means for your gender identity, your sexuality, what you do in life, anything like that. I don't know if Sheldon wants to add anything to that.
No, that pretty much sums it up. Yeah.
Awesome. So I know that you guys have been twice awarded now Best Live Act by City of Vancouver. So I figured I'd ask you guys, because you have a show coming up, what do you think makes you guys put on the best show?
For me, from sheer joy of doing it, and we had a gig the other day I think it was Saturday, so long ago now, just this last Saturday, and first real feeling rip in a while since the whole COVID situation happened, and it was just the most euphoric feeling, and that I think is really what drives us as a group is the pure love of doing it. And when you're up there, there's nothing like that feeling. You can't find it anywhere else.
Yeah, I think one thing that really helps us sometimes, like maybe set ourselves above others, is
Wow.
is I think we try not to take ourselves very seriously. I think one thing that can make me kind of not enjoy a band's performance as much can definitely be watching members in a band kind of psych themselves up, or kind of like not be willing to kind of put themselves in a situation in which they could fuck up or look bad or something like that. And I think that, well, we mostly like don't take ourselves that seriously and are very willing to kind of just do something just for fun, just to make it funny, just to get somebody in the like audience to laugh or smile or something. And I think that that's the thing that can go kind of go a long way, is just being a little more open with people, a little more comfortable, and like a little more exciting.
Yeah.
Sheldon, anything to add?
Yeah, I think like something that our live show has is I mean, like even just as a band, we have a lot of chemistry, and we have like certain sections, like even Ryley and Kaylar will play like solos to each other and like trade solos, and there's just a lot of really like visceral communication while we're playing, and I think people in the audience can definitely feel that and feel like part of something, not just like they're watching a few individuals ripping solos. They're like part of a group, they're part of a community. So I feel like that adds a lot to us.
Cool. And so the show on the Rio is coming up on the 22nd, and that'll be your album release show. So I figure I'd ask, like, what can fans expect from the show? Is it going to be like the album front to back, or mixing it up with old songs or covers or anything?
Bit of
There
both.
will be all. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, John.
No, go for it. All
I
you.
was going to say there will be all the songs from the album, as well as some of our older favorites, and maybe a surprise cover or two. They can expect probably a lot of a lot of interplay between us, and a lot of fun moments, and just a great party overall.
Yeah, potentially some fun costumes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We love costumes.
Yeah.
Awesome. So I know on your cover of the album you have a cat, and I've also seen on some of your t-shirts you have a cat. So I figure I want to ask, like, is there a certain cat that it's based off of? Is this like a mascot for you guys, or you just love cats?
Yeah, there is.
No, we hate cats.
Don't say that on the internet. Like,
Cancelled.
I'm a bunch of cat people. Especially myself and Claire. We really love cats. But the cat that is pictured in all of the band's artwork, his name is Chillbro. But he is based off of our cat. My cat Demi, she's 12 at this point, 12-year-old chubby little adorable cat that just gets snuggled and lives the best life. So
it's nothing like the cat.
yeah, we gave her an alter ego in which she'll just live on forever and become legendary, and it's a lot of fun for us. Chillbro is a vehicle to kind of express a bit of our silliness, sometimes our mood when it comes to different album covers. Like, as you can see, this one is like quite a bit more gritty looking. I was really influenced by some like Watchmen comic covers when creating this, because we've been through the whole COVID experience. We're pretty grizzled ourselves at this point. So that just really reflected that. But he's been a little bit more funky looking, cool looking in the past, even like more docile and domestic in the past. So he's had his own journey alongside of us, but he's just a great tool of expression for us. We even have like a little knit companion about 4 or 5 inches tall that sits on our drums on live performances.
Cool. I love that. I also have a cat, so I'm really happy I asked that.
Okay.
All right. So the album's called A Proper Latte. So I figured I'd ask you guys, what's your coffee order when you go to get coffee?
The biggest Americano with no extras.
Is this where I just like tell my Starbucks order?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Shots of this, extra this.
I love me a good caramel macchiato, half sweet with soy,
Mm.
which is not a latte. Neither of these are lattes.
I was gonna say, I feel like someone has to say a latte, but
Not sure.
no judge. Yeah.
I make a pretty mean latte.
There you go.
You do.
And another random question I had, because you're named Raincity and we live in Vancouver, and even today is a terrible day. What's like your rainy day activity?
I guess reading or jamming or something. You can always read and play shows and jam.
Yeah.
Most music can be done inside, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, cool. And my last question is, what's next for you guys?
We're about to embark on a crazy cross Canada tour that spans from the island all the way to Montreal and back over the course of like a month, I think. Actually, it's a bit
It's about a
longer
month
than
and a
that.
a little
half.
over a month, including the island. It's like
We also have like while we're on the island, during the middle of the tour, we have like a week long break period where we're recording a cover album
A Canadian cover
that we're
album.
going to be releasing hopefully later this year as well. So that's definitely our most immediate plans. And then going into the fall, we are potentially going to do a tour down to LA that we've been talking with our booking person about, but hopefully that comes out. And then starting to write new songs and work through demos in the fall and winter and try to make new recordings next year or something.
Awesome. Well, that's all the questions I have. Thank you so much for chatting with me. I'm definitely going to look for that cover album. That sounds cool. Awesome. Yeah. Have a great show on when's the 22nd? Friday?
Friday, yeah.
Yeah. All right. See you guys.
Thank you
Bye,
so much,
Ingrid.
Ingrid.
Yeah, you too.
Bye.